Hello and welcome, I'm Raziel, and today I want to talk about diversity in wargaming. I wonder how many clicked off on that point straight away. I all decided to listen further because, something political, something blah blah blah. But as those who regularly view my channel, they know what I mean when I talk about diversity in wargaming. They know exactly why I talk about it and why I enjoy it so much. And that is nothing to do with anything about a person, nothing about their sexuality, their gender, their race. It's got nothing to do with that. It's all about having a variety of different models in your faction or your army. It's one of the reasons I've always enjoyed playing the Eldar, because they have such a wide range of models, and it's why I think they're one of the best factions to collect, because you can have so many different models. You actually don't really have to repeat a single unit in a army for the Eldari, You can have so many different types. You've got warp spiders, swooping hawks, fire dragons, which are my favourite, striking scorpions, howling banshees. We've got 3 different types of jet bike, not including the Viper. So you have a wide range, and it's another reason why I love Wild West Exodus. I've got a decent Warrior Nations faction right now, hitting almost 230 points. I only have 4 models repeated, which are hunting for units repeated, I should say, or 2 units repeated, which are hunting wolves and Wayland Spirit Walkers for my Ghost Wolf Posse and my advanced hour of the Wolf Posse. But having so many different models, such as being able to do a massive outlaw army, and having Wrath of the Nautilus, which are British privateers, and Pride of the Nekomata, which are samurai in the same army, kind of makes me really happy. I enjoy that sort of thing, having that range of different models. And the fact is, I can add the Pride of Nekomata to my Warrior Nations as well. So I could have a Native American army with some samurai attached. I know it sounds weird and kooky, but that's the kind of thing I really like. And here's the other thing I found about this. Not only does your army look really cool, having all these different type of models and different units, and just having so much variation, and it looks really cool. Because honestly, one of the things I did like about 8th edition Warhammer 40k was the big keywords, the Imperium, the Enodari, the Chaos. These big keywords where you could basically build an army out of everything with that keyword. It's one of the reasons I built such a big Imperium army. It has Imperial Knights, Space Marines, Imperial Guard, Grey Knights, Death Watch, Sisters of Battle, and some AdMech as well, and Inquisitors. So basically it was a nice large army designed around, having this varied army, which was very diverse. And it looked cool on the battlefield for Apocalypse games, and it still looks kind of cool now. I'm not ever going to dismiss Games Workshop for making good models. They do make good models. I just say they don't make the best. It's called a preference, by the way. Saying something is better doesn't mean I hate the other. But like I said, what it does do, it actually makes painting your armies far more enjoyable. Because when you've got lots of the same, this is one of the reasons I don't like collecting horde armies. Again, it's something I've stated a lot. I'm not a fan of painting horde armies, such as the Imperial Guard. Yes, I have an Imperial Guard army, but it's a mostly tank army. It's one of the reasons I don't really like Tyrannids, though Tyrannids do have a lot of variation. You've got Hormagaunts, Termagants, Gene Stealers, the Barb Hormagaunts. They do have more variation now than they did a couple of editions ago. So it does make it a little bit better, but because you need so many Termagants and Hormagaunts, it kind of turns me off the army, because I just don't want to paint so many of the same unit. As I was saying, but when you have such a wide variety of models and different, it does make painting the army a lot better and far more enjoyable, in my opinion. Again, my opinion, because this reason you're not painting the same model twice means you're actually practicing your paint skills on various models, which means different things that come up on different models, which you might not have come across before, such as glowing blades, eyes, teeth, fur or scales. You've got all these different variations. It improves your painting no end, and it does end up looking a lot better. I've got to say, my Wild West Exodus models are probably my best painted models by far. They far outbeat my Mantic ones and my 40k ones. and I just enjoy painting them because it gives me lots of practice on lots of different styles. I've got to do feathers and fur, and learning different ways of making feathers look feathery, and same with a fur, making it look more, furry. And that's a bit of a silly one. Whereas, if I'm doing reunion, which means I can add the Infernal Affairs posse, which is again different. I got to do some smoke on that one as well. And again, all these variations make me a better painter. And it also means when I'm painting a unit or a posse, not painting the same model twice means I'm not getting so bored with painting the models. I'm not going, I've got another one of these to paint. Or, you look at your field of grey and you see all these models that look the same. They might be well detailed and look really cool, but the idea of painting the same model again and again, same colours, same scheme, and pretty much exactly the same, makes it kind of tedious to actually want to finish that army. And I like big armies, I do. It's kind of a contradiction or an oxymoron. I'm not a fan of horde armies, but I like big armies. And but again, it just ends up getting tedious when you've got to paint the same one. Now, Mantic have done a good thing with this because, with the halflings, which I'm going through at the moment, I've got several different units and pretty much no two model looks the same. And again, this adds a lot of enjoyment to the painting because I'm not constantly painting the same model. They have so much variation, it's really cool. And I think that's always the best part of painting an army. Having these different models which all look different and cool, and you can adapt them or change them to the way you want them to look. I mean, some of the Wargaming Texas models actually have variations of the same model, such as the Firebird and the Thunderbird and the Great Eagle, which can make 4 different models. So you're not, even if you buy 4 of the same kit, you can make 4 different models. And I finished my Thunderbird. I'm going to be doing my Great Eagle soon, where even the wings are different, but they're not 2 sets of wings. They're the same set of wings, and just the way you can position them can make 2 really cool different poses. And of course, you can add the different heads. Actually, I was thinking you could kind of do 6 different if you just add the flames and the lightning, separate them around, like give the Great Eagle lightning rather than the fire, and the Thunderbird the fire rather than the lightning. So you could literally build 2 more and have them look really cool as well. So I always do like diversity in wargaming. I think it is really good. And when it comes to having these big varied armies, big choices, you have lots of different options and different units you can paint and build, or have the same unit made so many times but has so many bits attached that again you're making different units, you're making different models all the time, and never having to repeat the same model twice is a big thing for me, and that's something I really enjoy. So anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I like talking about stuff like this, and it's something I find really interesting. And if you want to save money on your wargaming, as always, such as if you want to get some more Wild West Exodus, which is really cool, or any other games, a lot of other game systems there as well, hit Wayland Games down below with free delivery after £20 and up to 20% off a lot of your wargaming needs. There is also Forbidden Planet for all your geeky merchandise, movies, comics, DVDs, all that really cool stuff, merchandise and books. It's real cool. And also gaming stuff as well. There is my merchandise, cups, travel mugs, t-shirts, stickers, bags, notebooks, cool stuff. All the artwork's done by me, both digital and hand-drawn. There's my comics, both hand-drawn by me and written by me. There's the anthology, horror anthology one, and the Little Red Riding Hood just going ham on some cyborg werewolves. There is also Skyforge. Never forget Skyforge. Give the guy a click. He's well deserved it. He's a good guy and he's a good friend of mine. And finally, Patreon, because business. Bye bye.